All right, yeah, this is a good. I don't know whether if I want to do the video over here, but I looked at the episode of Terrence Finding Love, Pop the Balloon. Um, I like she's very interesting and everything, and I love watching her. She does a great show when it comes out pop the love, find love. I mean, pop the balloon, find love. Or if you don't find love, pop the balloon, whatever. I love that. It's a good show. You know what I'm saying? I was watching it today, and I was looking at one, two, three, four, five. I think it was like five women. So he had to pick one. He had to ask them some questions, get to know them on the show, and they had to ask like they gave she gave an opportunity. It was a you know I'm still trying to pronounce a YouTube name. I can't really get it, but the part that that really stood out at me is was concerning for me. If you're doing a show, right? And this is not to tell nobody how to do their show. You run your broadcast how you run your podcast. Um, he was trying to ask extra questions, and he needed extra questions, and so on and so forth. And he only had, I guess, the rule was you have a certain length of time to be able to like choose or pick. And when he went back to ask, could he ask the person more questions to go more in depth with the person or whatever? Uh, to me, it was a bit odd because you only give somebody a length of time, and when you really getting to know somebody, I think, in my opinion, they should let you have as much time as you want. In my opinion, now I don't know how I would have did it, but from my understanding, if I'm doing a show and I'm inviting somebody on there to find love or whatever, to be honest with you, if I couldn't ask no more questions or nothing like that, or ask the person and or ask the people that I'm trying to date no question, and the co-host that who is the host of the podcast, yes, and they eliminated me and told me no. I think with for me, in my opinion, now I don't know if I would have been reacting. Y'all tell me in the comment section if y'all think I'm going off and reacting. I'm just tripping or I'm tweaking or whatever. But I would have just told her, well, since I can't have no more questions or whatever, it would have been hurtful for me to do that. But because see, you have to think about it. When you're trying to get to really know somebody, you know what I mean? You trying to get to know somebody because people wants to know your person, wants to know if a woman is trying to come into my life, I would expect her is to want to get to know a lot, especially if she really find me attractive and she's really interested in me like that and she's feeling me like that. And she want to continue to ask more questions to I mean, to kind of ball it down. You know what I'm saying? Ball it down or whatever. And the person, like, we need to spend time and just talk more and get the, like, if they say, well, I'm feeling you and everything, and they ask you some deep questions or something, I want to know because you know what I'm saying? And I think communication is important. That's what I'm trying to say. Communication is important. So if you have only a certain length of time to be involved on the show or on a podcast, is to say to ask the person some more questions, as what she would call it, narrow it down to get a better understanding because you don't want to just pick something and you ain't asked all the full questions or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Unless it would have been on his part is to say, well, I ain't really get all I pick you, but I ain't really get all the answers that I need. But because of that, what we gonna have to do is just we can just go rock it out and see how see where it goes and see how if we constantly feeling each other because the co-host didn't take the time. I mean, she was kind of patient. I'm not gonna just throw shades on her like all the way. She was kind of a little, you know what I'm saying. But when it came down to the grid, it's like she said, I can't hold it out no longer. You can't answer no more questions. You got to go ahead on and take. With that, I just said, well, okay, since I can't answer no more questions, nah, that's just my opinion. I could be tripping. I could be going off and don't even know. I'd have just told her, well, look, we're gonna have to do this another time, but we're gonna have to start the show over, and you can invite them back, and we're gonna have to rock this out because I don't want to like, uh, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at my brother Terrence on the show, and kudos to her. She was helping the brother find love. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And I love her. I love this lady. I love her. She's really cool. She's really good people and everything, man. She I rock with her channel and everything. She good other than that. But that little one little part, it just kind of threw me. You know what I'm saying? Like when she said, no, you can't ask no more questions to narrow nothing down and all that. Now, I would say that was the worst show. That part was the worst part I've ever saw. I ever saw because it kind of threw me for a loop. Unless and she make a video explaining it, you know, like like what I mean, my brother Terrence was trying to, he wanted to ask some extra question, but I guess I don't know. Maybe I might be making a big deal. Maybe I might be tripping or whatever. If Brother Terrence get this video, maybe he may kind of like rock it down in a video and break it down like, well, I understood. We've been knowing each other for a while, and I understand. She, what I'm saying. We already agreed that we wasn't gonna keep the show that long, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So it's something else. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. So I guess that's all I have to say on that for right now. But that was my take on it. I think if you're trying to really get to know somebody or whatever, unless they can just turn the show off and just say, well, look, I don't want you, we got to end the show, but we can still ask those questions and you still can walk away with it. And we can just come back in a video and just say how we came to terms on it or something like that. You know what I mean? But I just found that it was kind of like a little bit at the end, when they got toward the end, it was like, okay, it's your final decision. It's like he got rushed. He didn't get a chance to ask and narrow more questions down or whatever. Um, the video is entitled, I think you should allow the person is to ask as many questions as possible before he walk out that room and decide who they want, whether you be a male or female. That's just my thoughts on it. And also, I'm gonna post one of these on Daily Motion website, and I'm gonna post one on YouTube. Now, the second thing, this here is already on Daily Motion, and you got one. If you haven't seen it on YouTube, then go check it out. It's on YouTube. If you are here and you're watching it on YouTube, then I have the same video on Daily Motion, so you can watch it over there too. Because I'm gonna post it in several places. All right, I'm gonna see y'all later, and I'm gonna see y'all later, and I'm gonna get up out of here.